Jeremy and Fiona are in the bridal shop. Fiona comes out of the changing room wearing a white floral wedding dress. Wow, you look stunning.
Don't be surprised.
Well, I am. You look like an angel.
And here I thought I looked like trash.
Hey, what did we say about you talking crap about yourself?
That I shouldn't do it.
So why are you?
I don't know.
You get this trait of yours from your husband-to-be. Makes you feel worthless and empty.
We've talked about this. Tim doesn't. He's a good person. I know it.
Sure. Whatever. You still look beautiful. Fiona sighs.
How was the bachelor party?
Uneventful, but then again, when has excitement ever been a factor considering you're marrying Mr. Boring?
Thanks, but he's not boring.
He's not boring? He collects model trains. He allocates time to go train watching. How is Tim not dull?
Tim just isn't. Stop being horrible.
You might not think he's being boring, but I do. What do you even see in this guy?
He's nice to me, and he's dependable.
Jeremy walks up to Fiona and puts a hand on her shoulder. Fiona, he's not the man you love.
What do you want me to do? Wait for Owen to turn up and we haven't heard a peep from him in 8 months?
Well, like I said, when I dropped him off at the airport, he promised me he'd be back here. If he's not back now, it's for a pretty good reason. I just think it's logical to wait and hear him out.
Jeremy, listen to me very carefully. I can't do that. I can't wait any longer. I'm marrying Tim, and that's that.
Jeremy looks at Fiona in the eye. You will always regret it.
Yeah, well, life is about living. If I'm waiting, I'm not living. I'm not waiting.
Alright, I won't say anymore.
Did you take Tim and his buddies to that strip joint he asked you to take him to?
Yeah. Jeremy raises his eyebrows at Fiona.
I need more information than you raising your eyebrows at me.
The bouncer wouldn't let us in. He said Tim and his buddies would scare his girls, so we left and went to Hooters instead. Fiona laughs.
I can't picture Tim and his friends in Hooters.
Yeah, that's because we've already established that he's boring.
Was Tim fine with going to Hooters?
Well, he said it was the best night of his life, and then he cried at the end of the night, so yeah.
Wow, talk about tragic.
Jeremy laughs. I know. And you're marrying the guy. Who's more sad, you or him? I think it's you.
Honestly, I think so too.
Jeremy laughs. Fiona's phone rings.
Can you answer my phone? I need to get out of this disgusting dress.
The bridal shop manager walks past.
You have a lovely collection.
The bridal shop manager rolls her eyes and exits. Jeremy picks up the phone. Hey, Mom, what's up? Who's in town? What do you mean you don't want to say? Jeremy hangs up the phone. Fiona, honey, we gotta go. Fiona pops her head through the curtain.
What's going on?
I don't know. My mom called to tell us we needed to get home because we have a visitor.
Who's the visitor?
I don't know. But she said you wouldn't like it. I'm starting to think it's Stuart.
Fuck. He's here to see Ethan. Call your mom back and tell her he cannot get in the house.
I'm on it.
I'll be there as soon as possible.
Gotcha. Jeremy makes a call. Jeremy and Fiona walk into the house. They head towards the kitchen. They say luggage as they pass to the kitchen.
Get out. I mean it, Stuart. I don't want you near my son.
Fiona opens the kitchen door to find me sitting on a chair with my back to her.
Well, you've certainly put on weight.
Honey, I don't think that's Stuart. Veronica enters while holding Ethan.
Well, I see you two are talking again. I don't know who this person is.
I get up from the stool and turn around. Fiona's face falls.
Owen, what are you doing here?
Well, I came to see you. We need to talk. I step towards Fiona. She steps backwards.
Why?
I need to tell you that I love you.
You left 8 months ago without getting back in contact with me.
I tried, but I had to deal with stuff back home. It's dealt with now, and now I'm back to fight for the woman of my dreams.
Owen, I spent months pining for you. I hoped you'd call, but you didn't, and now you're back, and I'm meant to what?
You're meant to hear me out. You're meant to let me explain my side of the story.
So you can do what? Lie to me all over again? I'm not that fucking stupid. just hear me out, please. I will never take you back. Fuck off!
I look distraught. Look, we need to talk in private. Let's just do that. Please, let's just... I touch Fiona.
Don't fucking touch me.
Fiona slaps my hands off her. Alright, I'm sorry.
You need to leave my house.
Honey, it's still technically his house.
Actually, Owen sent me the deeds to the house a few months ago. I own it.
Why would you do that? I wanted to make her happy.
I don't care about you, Owen. You need to leave my house right now. I mean it.
I go to exit. Then I come back and face Fiona. Please, I love you. Just hear me out.
Oh, you love me. Sure, you love me.
I do. Take me seriously.
So, in your book, how does a person love somebody? Behave. Tell me that.
Look, I don't know.
So, in your book, does a person leave the country and refuse to call you back? Is that what a person in love does?
I sigh in frustration. No, but just hear me, woman.
In your book, if someone flies across the country to see someone, does the person in love with someone reject that other person requests to see them?
You flew to Ireland to see him? I thought you went to Seattle to see my mom.
Oh, she lied. She asked me to collaborate on the story.
I didn't know you flew out to see me.
You're a fucking liar. Your ex told me you didn't want to see me. She said you were choosing her over me.
That's all lies. You need to hear my versions of events. Let's just talk in private.
Get the fuck out.
I didn't lie. I promise you, Fiona. I love you. I love you with my whole heart.
I don't want to hear this.
Fiona turns her back to me. Nothing in this world compares to you. You're the only thing in this universe that ever's made sense to me. Believe me, please, I wouldn't lie to you.
That is bullshit. Even if it was true, you have a funny way of showing me you loved me. Get the fuck out of my house.
My head slumps, and I look heartbroken, and I head off. Veronica gestures for her head for Jeremy to follow me out, and he does. Jeremy slaps me on the back as I walk off.
Oh, why?
That's it. You flew all this way. That's all you've got to give to the woman you love. I thought you loved her more than that. What's the matter with you? Show us some fight. Be a fucking man. Fiona doesn't want me here. Jeremy's nostrils flare. Yeah. Well, convince Fiona you belong here. Convince her you love her. You saw the way she looked at me. She hates me. I can't handle hate right now. Jeremy shakes his head. Yeah, but she also said she's been pining for you, that she should at least give you a belief, right? Shouldn't it? Come on, Owen. I'm panicking. I could walk away any second. Look, I can't turn this situation around. Not with that attitude, you can't. What the hell do you expect me to do? I expect you to muster up some faith and fight. You fight until your last breath. Well, I can't do that right now. Owen, I expect you to walk back into that house and fight for the damn woman of your dreams. That's what heroes do. I can't. I'm not that man anymore. Yeah, and while I see that, the man I used to know would still fight until the bitter end. You need to transform to that man, or I promise you will lose Fiona. Don't make me do this. Jeremy puts his fingers through his hair. He's frustrated. The point is, I shouldn't have to make you do this. You should be fighting on your own accord, but you're weak and fragile, which worries me. Look, I'm done. I tried. Fiona rejected me, so let's accept the circumstances and move on with our lives. Oh, I really thought you were more of a man than what you're showing me right now. I can't change the man I've become. Maybe not, but I still expect better. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're not the right person for Fiona. You should leave. I've tried, Jeremy. Yeah, well, not hard enough. Goodbye. Jeremy walks out the front door. Tim walks into the house. Fiona's sitting on the couch looking into the sky, so Tim walks over.
Honey, why are you rejecting my calls? I spent the last hour talking to your worried priest because he thinks you'd be dumb enough to dump me before the wedding. Had to tell him to fuck off.
I'm okay.
I didn't ask if you were okay. I asked why you're rejecting my calls.
I'd rather not say.
Jesus, just spit it out. Why do you have me do so much work in this relationship? It's so tiring.
Tim sits down on the couch next to Fiona. Fiona looks at him.
Tim, are we good together?
Yeah, can we go now?
Fiona sighs.
I don't think we fit.
Well, sure. I'm more handsome than you, but I told you a way to overcome your flaws, didn't I? Get a boob job or a facelift. You'll thank me later, I promise.
Fiona closes her eyes in frustration.
I'm not having plastic surgery so you can show me off to your friends, Tim.
Do you want me to be considered ugly your whole life? Because that's the route you're going if you are not too careful.
Fiona whacks Tim hard in the stomach and he goes down hard.
You need to learn how to treat me better.
Ow, you bitch!
Tim grabs Fiona's wrists.
You do that again and there'll be trouble.
Tim lets go of Fiona.
You need to treat me better, jerk.
I heard you. But why does it always have to be a man's job to do everything in a relationship? I see it in every dumbass movie or TV show. Here's a thought. Why don't women stop being bitches and do some damn work for a change?
Fiona walks towards the dining room and Tim follows her.
It's like I'm seeing you for the first time. How did I not notice that you were this grotesque before? I was blind.
Fiona, I'm getting a headache. Just move your fat ass so we can go. Am I clear enough? Good. We're late. Let's go.
I don't want to do what you want me to do. I don't even want to be in the same room as you, let alone talk to you.
Darling, we have a wedding rehearsal to go to. Can you do this bitchy crap later? Are you on your period? Is that why you're acting this cranky?
Fiona sighs.
Do you love me, Tim?
What?
Do you love me? Have you ever loved me?
Why ask such a stupid question? Hang on. It's the number one weakness in women.
Tim laughs, but Fiona looks worn down.
Can we do this while we talk and walk?
I think you're with me because you like to show me off to your friends, Tim.
Well, that's ridiculous, but also true.
Look, I want more than you can ever give me. No, I deserve more because you're a dick.
Yeah, but what's your point?
Fiona stands up. Tim stands up alongside her. She looks at Tim right in the eye.
Tim, I don't want to be with you.
Veronica enters.
Oh, thank God. I've just spent 3 minutes outside the door listening to this dick. I really want to break his legs.
Fiona laughs.
You wouldn't dare break up with me.
Oh, she would. And she will. Go ahead, sweetheart. Let him know how you feel. Tim, I want a man who loves me to the end of the earth and back. 1, I don't think you're capable of that. And 2, I don't think you would even if you were capable. Well, that's a way of telling you. You're lousy in bed, but then again, we all gotta work that out.
Yeah, right, sure. Good one.
Fiona smiles.
Are you freaking kidding me?
I'm afraid not.
Okay. Well, you may think there's a man out there for you, but there's not. You're fucking stupid, Fiona. I'm the best thing to ever come into your life.
Jeremy enters. I think you'll find that's us, you creep. Jeremy and Veronica high five.
You know what? You're nothing special. Every man you've known's told you that. I'm just another person to do that. I won't be the last, so you enjoy your sad life.
Just get out.
Look at you. Who would go near you?
I walk in. I would. She's the woman of my dreams. Tim turns around.
You? Oh, it all makes sense now.
You have 5 seconds to get out, or I hurt you. Jeremy grabs Tim by the collar. Tim, did I ever tell you I have a black belt in martial arts?
Why would I care?
Jeremy leads Tim to the front door. Jeremy hits Tim in the balls. Tim goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Ah, you bastard!
That is why you should care. Jeremy opens a door and throws Tim out. He smiles and closes the door. Well, you sure know how to choose him.
What do you want? You heard Tim. I'm nothing special. Don't waste your time.
Fiona looks teary as she exits, and I follow her out. Fiona stares out the living room window. I walk up to her. You're special to me. Fiona turns around.
Yeah, like I believe that.
Why would a man fly hundreds of miles to be close to someone if they didn't matter to them? You matter. You always will.
Thanks.
Fiona wipes tears away from her eyes. So I guess this will be the point where I tell you what happened to me for 8 months. Well, here's a spoiler for you. My life went down a rabbit hole and died. Fiona laughs.
The baby wasn't yours?
No. Fiona sits on the couch.
Explain what happened.
I sit down beside her. Well, I flew out to see my ex. She told me she was pregnant. I didn't believe her. She convinced me she was and told me her baby was a high-risk pregnancy.
Wow. Your ex is good. She's a professional con woman.
Yeah. Anyway, I told her I still didn't believe the baby was mine.
Why didn't you just leave then and there?
Well, my best friend had a heart attack a day before his wedding. It was touch and go on whether he'd survive for 6 months.
So you stayed there to be there for his family?
Yeah, but I wish I didn't.
Why do you say that?
After my best friend came out to the hospital, some secrets came out in the open. My ex and her baby, but
your best friend was the baby's dad.
Oh, you worked it out.
I am pretty smart.
I laugh. My best friend's fiancée was heartbroken. I had to take care of her while working full time to support her, and her ex-fiancée, my best friend.
Jesus, sounds like something out of a soap opera script.
You tell me about it.
What happened next?
My best friend recovered from the heart attack, got his ex to forgive him, they got back together and married.
Meanwhile, your best friend is the father of your ex's baby.
Yeah, talk about tragic. Fiona laughs.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
It's my own fault for flying back to Ireland and believing him.
Well, that is true.
I laugh this time.
I'm glad you're back.
Well, why are you glad I'm back?
I'm glad because we can now resume what we started all those months ago.
You've just broken up with your fiancé 5 minutes ago. Don't you want to wait?
You and I both know we waited long enough to get this thing started properly. I'm done waiting. I know what I want. I want you. You're my constant.
I'm your constant what?
My constant thought. I've missed you for the last 8 months. I've cried so many times. My heart has pined for you. I can't continue to do that, or it's gonna die of heart failure.
So what are you saying?
I love you. I want to be with you.
Wow, I'm blown away.
I was expecting a better reply than that.
What could be a better reply?
I don't know. How about you say that you like me back, or that your heart pines for me too? I don't know, something romantic.
Yeah, I can't say what I don't feel. Fiona glares at me. I'm ruining the moment, aren't I?
You think, jerk?
I walk up to Fiona. I grab her face and I kiss her. I've run this moment 1,000 times in the last 8 months.
Great, that tells me you've prepared something romantic to say to me.
Fiona, when you're in love, and I mean deeply in love with someone, you feel that the person you love is the only person that completes you. You feel that person makes you feel your happiest self when you're with them.
Damn, you're good with words.
I chuckle. Fiona, you're the only soul on this planet that completes me. You make me happy in every single way imaginable.
Wow, you're blowing my mind.
Fiona, you are the missing jigsaw piece I've been searching for to complete my puzzle. I've waited 8 long months to find my way back to you. Now that I have, my picture of our future is complete. I have everything I could ever want in you and our future family. Fiona sobs, and I hug her. Hey, when a man expresses how much he loves a person, it's a custom for the other person to say they love them back.
I love you, jerk.
I love you too, pumpkin. Fiona and I chuckle. We kiss. I hold Fiona tightly. We break off the kiss. A champagne cork is heard flying into the air. Veronica holds a champagne bottle while smiling. Jeremy is also there. He holds our toddler Ethan. Everyone is all smiles and happy for Fiona and I, while Jeremy and Veronica walk over to us to hug us tightly. On this joyous conclusion, we send out. We hope you enjoyed this series of Hello from Ireland. All the characters were voiced by me, Emerson Peery. The show was produced and written by Joao Nsita. Thank you for making this series so magical. Check out the next series on That Love Podcast. Features Veronica from this series and the amazing Dan. She meets up with her old flame after the breakdown of her marriage. Will her ex-husband Vinny from Military Guy be the right man for her again? You'll have to wait and find out.
Hi, I'm Ann Rogers, and with me is my friend Sprightly Pool.
Not just friend, co-worker, assistant, confidant, Sprightly Pool here.
Now, I have something amazing to tell you. I'll start from the beginning. Back in 1941 through 1944, I had a radio show on NBC called Hot Copy. And when I was doing that, I was a newspaper reporter and a syndicated columnist. Now, just in case you don't know, hot copy is a phrase that is used by newspaper reporters when they write a story that is breaking news, especially big news. And that is why our show was called what it was called. So there were definitely some wild adventures.
She's not kidding when she's talking about those wild adventures. I tell you, we've been in danger more times than I can count. Everything from crazy killers to tracking down Nazi spies. We ended up in some situations that were downright terrifying.
So true, Sprightly. But near the end of 1944, our show was canceled due to some conflicting points of view with the sponsor.
It was too dark and unladylike, apparently.
Well, what we're doing now is taking all those stories and bringing them back to life, adapted from the original scripts.
That's a feat in itself, as nearly all the old audio is gone. So we're starting out fresh with some amazing voice actors. In fact, really fresh. Because, believe it or not, somehow, we haven't aged a day.
Yes, it's true. Our new show is called Hot Copy Radio Theater.
Listen, download, and subscribe to Hot Copy Radio Theater on Apple Podcasts and probably every other podcast platform that you can shake a stick at.
New episodes on the 10th of each month.
Step into the enchanting world of Ready for Love, an audio drama presented by That Love Podcast. Set against the backdrop of the world-renowned Louvre Museum, follow the emotional journey of Sean, a heartbroken American tourist, as he unexpectedly meets his ex-girlfriend Laura, who has found love with a Frenchman. As they explore the historic museum, old feelings and memories come flooding back, leading to conflict and tension between the former lovers. Will they be able to overcome their differences and reignite their love? Or will they part ways forever? Don't miss the captivating finale of Ready for Love, exclusively on That Love Podcast, available on all major podcast platforms.